Hello, my beautiful rainbow children. Welcome to the Prophetic News. My name is Zion. I'm the author of the Potsmoker's Bible channel and the book, The Potsmoker's Bible, which contains the prophetic book of Zion, where I base this news program. Now, I'm not a journalist. Like I said, I'm an author. But the book that I wrote, the book of Zion, is written entirely in Bible verse. It tells the story of our day and all of the elements that were foretold in the prophecy have been enacted in our actual society up to a certain point. And that is what this news broadcast is. It's me laying out to you the events foretold by the prophecy and how the prophecy becomes actualized. And we are in the process of that happening. And there has been well, let me tell you the things that have already happened. Okay. Donald J. Trump was elected as the President of the United States, the basest of men, who brought into light all of the darkness and hypocrisy of this nation, putting all of the white supremacists um, out in front, showing us the true nature of democracy and undermining everything that it supposedly stands for. It has also exposed corporate America and the fallacy of the government as we see it. All of that was brought out and brought to this moment where we're in the streets, literally, fighting for our freedom, fighting for our lives, fighting for a better life. And that is the element of prophecy. That that a great northern nation made up of people from all sides of the earth would corrupt itself to the point where this Mr. Donald Trump became president, a man who is immoral and base and who is just adored by those who follow that way of life. And it has given us a broad separation of those people who are opposed to everything that Trump stands for and those who stand for everything that Trump is. And so now the next element, the final element of prophecy, is about to unfold. And I believe that a recent article put out by the news media is the opening salvo in that final element being enacted. And that is the controversy surrounding the war on drugs and the ousting of marijuana users from the White House administration. You see, the prophecy predicts that a woman who calls herself Zion, who is named Zion in the prophecy, comes to public to the public forum, standing up for mainly the marijuana users, but all drug users, the poor and the disenfranchised in her nation. That is the hypocritical nation of America, the melting pot of the world. Now, by ousting marijuana users from the White House, Joe Biden has taken the side of the drug user or the drug war. Okay. Now, the prophecy predicts that at this time, that the war on drugs will have already, in essence, been won. Marijuana use is legalized in many places. And that is what enacts this controversy over the war on drugs. The first drug to be made illegal in what we now call the war on drugs was marijuana. That was the beginning of the controversy. But the appearance of Zion in response, or in as the next big thing, the controversy of Zion is the next big element of prophecy. And that controversy involves marijuana use. Because it is my contention, as the Zion of the Most High God of Israel foretold by the prophecy, that marijuana use was foreordained by God to be a sacrament of the priesthood of the people of Zion, making marijuana a sacred religious necessity for communication between God and man. Because marijuana is the tree of life. It was brought to us by the Grey from their homeworld, and it nourishes our Grey anatomy, that which the gods that our ancestors knew, the Grey, had given to us when we were created. Until you smoke marijuana, you are a Neanderthal human, a base, physical animal. When you ingest marijuana, you activate latent, God-like anatomy, DNA, and you evolve into a hybrid Grey being capable of telepathy. And it is the use of marijuana that is the office of the priesthood. If you use marijuana, you are a priest of the Most High God of Israel. Whether you believe it or not, it is a fact of prophecy that is what you are. And that is the controversy of Zion. I am Zion, and I'm saying, if you get high, you are a priest, capable of telepathically communicating with those beings that our ancestors called God, but that we call Grey. So I'm going to shatter the religious myth and bring to light the truth of the reality of God. God is literally those who from the heavens came. I do not worship God. I do not worship the Grey. I am a daughter of theirs because I have awakened my Grey side and become a telepathic being like they are, becoming the next evolution of humanity. And that is the controversy of Zion, that drug use is the office of the priesthood, not the scourge of humanity that Joe Biden espouses, but actually the most noble and righteous of all humans on the planet. So I challenge Joe Biden to take a good look at those people that he has ousted and see what their true integrity is. Because I bet you that they are that they are more righteous than any of those non-drug users that you have in your offices. Because that is the truth of the matter. When you use drugs, you become something other than what I call a redneck, a good old boy, a normal Neanderthal human. Because we are the result of Neanderthal DNA being given what we call Grey DNA, making us a hybrid, giving us the attributes of both. And the difference between a Neanderthal human gray human is the use of marijuana and other drugs. So, the war on drugs is a war in opposition to God, because God is gray. Their ancestors were the same gods that our ancestors, so-called, worship. But I challenge that concept, because the way I understand history from the gray point of view, there was never any such thing as religion. In fact, when I asked them about religion, they said they had nothing like it. Just like they have nothing like money. It's foreign to them. Uniquely human, shall we say. But fallible, because it's human. So I challenge the United States of America to prove factually that the war on drugs is necessary, that it does more good than harm, because I believe that it does more harm than good, and that it is for the betterment of humanity that it be carried on. I also would like to take a real good look at the monetary ramifications of the war on drugs. How much of the government monies are spent on the war on drugs? How much out-of-pocket expense did the American people pay in taxes solely for the oppression of the drug users? Because I think that America will be appalled at the answer to that and all of the other questions. So, prophetically speaking, the next big thing is the war on drugs. That is the controversy of Zion. And according to my God, those who from the heavens come, the gray, and the foretold events of prophecy foretold by the Bible are playing out before our eyes. The next big thing, according to this Holy Bible, is the controversy of Zion, the controversy of the war on drugs. So let the controversy begin. Prove to the American people, through factual evidence, that the war on drugs is necessary and not a immoral, unjustified, and unconstitutional suppression of the minorities of this country. Prove you have the right to imprison me and my fellow Zionites for the use of drugs. Because I have news for you, President Joe Biden and America at large. All the bullshit that you call the war on drugs is about to be exposed as just that. Because I can prove to you through facts, figures, and true to life accounts the true harm of the war on drugs and the true righteousness of those who use drugs. So my claim is that drug users are the most righteous people on earth. And I challenge anyone in the world to prove me wrong. Because prophetically speaking, the controversy of Zion is the next big thing. And I am the Zion of that controversy. Because I have taken it upon myself to enact the prophecy to set the stage for this debate. And according to this book right here, I've already won. So, may my God, the Great, watch over you, guide you, protect you, and keep you from all harm. May they teach you right from wrong. May you be worthy of them. May your thoughts, words, and deeds reflect truth, good, light, the unicorn way. Find your joy and pursue it. Make that your guild choice when we get to Camp Zion. More about that later. Um, if you use drugs, stay happy and high. You have every right and reason to. Believe me, I know. I wrote 2 books based on this book that proves that you have every right to get high and every reason to want to. So stay happy and high. Love you. Later. I'll never say goodbye.